Hi folks, I'm Bob Benny.
I'm Jessie Thompson.
And we're both certified financial planner professionals with Bob Benny Wealth Management right here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Today is October 29th, 2025, and welcome to our Bobcast. We try to do these weekly. And anyway, today's topic is, should investors be worried about government shutdowns? We've been in a government shutdown since October the 1st, and like I said, today's October the 29th. So government shutdowns are really kind of have become a game of political chicken, and that's certainly what's going on with the Republicans and the Democrats today, or during this shutdown. And what's going on is one side is just waiting out and is waiting for the other side to blink. And you've probably heard all about all this and how the Democrats are not agreeing to open the government back up and fund the government until the Republicans do something. They have different things they want. One of them is to increase the subsidies for Obamacare, and they have some other things like that. And the Republicans aren't going for it, aren't doing it, and so each side thinks that they have the political capital to outlast the other side. So that's where we are. So go ahead and talk about government shutdowns in general, Jess.
Yeah, so as far as the effect that government shutdowns actually have on the stock market and the economy, I'm going to talk about those next. Obviously, there is effects on people when the government is shut down. Of course, people who are government employees who aren't going to get paid until they get their back pay when the government opens back up. That's hard on people when certain programs are shut down. That's hard on people, that type of thing. But as far as investments go, the way that the stock market reacts to government shutdowns is that it doesn't really. There's been government shutdowns or funding gaps, kind of like miniature shutdowns, I guess, 21 times since 1976 when the current budget process was established. And as for the economy, the effects on the economy are temporary. They're just happening while the shutdown is happening. And then anything that happened is basically made up for when the government opens back up, any loss of GDP or anything like that. And the effects are pretty much totally reversed after the government opens back up. If there's any lasting effects, they're usually very minimal. As far as the stock market is largely unaffected by government shutdowns. So both during the government shutdown and after, the S&P 500 has been positive 90% of the time. The year after the shutdown, the S&P 500 usually has averaged 17.8% for annual return.
So the shutdown is actually positive for the next year's growth of the stock market historically.
Yeah, and during the shutdown, the stock market has been positive 71% of the time, and it averages, since the shutdowns are typically very short, it averages about 0.6% of a return. So the longest government shutdown in history was actually the last one in 2019 during Trump's first term, which lasted 34 days. And these same things with the effects with the government, with the economy, and the stock market, both applied just the same during that long government shutdown as well. So there wasn't big lasting negative effects on the economy or the stock market from either. The stock market did fine, and that's kind of what we're seeing. That is what we're seeing right now during this shutdown, which has lasted now 29 days.
Right, and so like I said before, the shutdown is a game of political chicken, and apparently the stock market likes the game, because the current market, since the shutdown in the 28 days, the S&P 500 is up 2.8%. The NASDAQ, the more technology-weighted market, is up 5%. So the investors and the stock market apparently likes the government shutdown, or at least it's not hurting the stock market. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think investors have figured out what it is.
Right.
And that it is a game and that it's not something scary, that it's going to get worked out and that things return to normal after it does.
And it's not going to be a permanent shutdown. So anyway, that's the that's our story, and we're sticking to it, as they say. Thank you for attending our Bobcast. If you have any questions, you can email us at bob@bobbenny.com or jesse@bobbenny.com, or you can just call the office. We'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to this video on the YouTube or whatever it is that you're looking at it on.
Thank you very much. Have a great week.
Have a blessed day. See ya.